Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. The Dirt Leagues Australia 410 Winged Sprint Car Tour. As we invade the Limaland Motorsports Park in Limaland, located in Ohio. Excuse me, I'm just trying to get my breath back, just going. Alright, we'll keep an eye on some of the drivers on the racetrack. We're going to step aside quickly, do some promoting of the race, and be back in just a few moments' time. Alright, qualifying right now. David Hartman goes quick time 11.538. Trent Vardy sits second, quick car on the racetrack in car number 28. In the One Performance Racing OPR number 28 as Zachary Phelan sits position 13th. Kodavara in the number 38 car sits as he gets qualifying lap in, sits 20th quick. Dylan Stacey, Vince Romeo also laying down lap times. Jake Condren in car number 36 on the racetrack as well. Lewis Stewart, Joe McKenzie, Joshua Walton, Joel Berkeley. There's Harry Stewart. Brett Thomas, Derek Orr, Aaron, thank you very much for the likes. We appreciate the support here. Thomas Mitchell, Aaron McClellan, Brett Toms. Nathan Clark sits 12th quick. Dylan Stacey 27th quick. Jake Condren in car number 36. 35 cars taking a lap time. This will be car number 36 once Jake comes across the start finish line. A lap time of a 13.239. In fact, it'll be no time, just simply the fact there was contact with the wall. We'll see if Jake can lay down a lap here on this time by. Not going to be the case. So that will wrap up qualifying. David Harleman, Joel Berkeley, Trent Vardy, Lewis Stewart and Mitchell G. Your top 5 as we move into 4 heat races on the program for tonight. Let's take a look at heat race number 1 in your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Starting on pole, car number 49, David Heileman. On his outside in the 03 out of position 2, it's Mitchell G. Inside row number 2, the 015, Darren Lord out of position 3. Out of position 4, the 46 of Jackson Callow. Out of position 5, the 28, Zach Phelan. Out of position 6, car 11 of Lance Bainton. Out of position 7, the 38 of Pateri Kodavara. Out of position 8, the 39 of Luke Redpath. Position 9, car number 48, Jacob Penno. Out of position 10, car 36 of Jake Condren. That is a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for heat race number 1. Wayne Ryan, thank you very much for the follow. We appreciate it here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Redneck Dodge, number 99, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch as well. Hopefully that notification will come up in just a moment. Boom, right on cue. As we get set for heat race number 1, I do want to say Jamie Janmat. Or Jamie Janmart. Thank you very much for the sub on YouTube. We've just hit over 450 subs on YouTube as well. Hello, Nathan. My favourite... Is this okay to say my favourite teammate? I'm going to say it anyway, my favourite teammate. Uh-oh. There's a car stopped. It looks like it might be the 29 car. Second. There we go, didn't miss any of the action. Green flag set to roll off turn number 4. This is a bit of a how you going moment for the field, but we are underway. Heat race number 1, David Heilemann leads. Down into turn number 3 and 4, Mitchell G on the outside in the 03 car. Darren Lord sits back there in position number 3. So Nathan Howard, thank you very much for the like, along with the Colonel, Brad Sanders. It is Heilemann to lead from G. And turn number 1 and 2, lap number 2 is complete. The 38 car of Kodavara sits back there in position number 4. G into the wall into turns 3 and 4. Won't lose any spots, he'll lose a bit of time back to the 015 car of Darren Lord in the Arctic Cat Ford Performance. Tony Stewart racing, number 015. Heilemann continues to lead the field, as he should. And into number 3 and 4, lap number 5, about to be complete here. Kodavara sits 4th, 5th. He's going to be Lance Bainton in the 11 car. Then you go back to Jacob Penno, Condren, Luke Redpath and Jackson Callow. As here comes Mitchell G in the 03 car, working to the outside into turn number 1 and 2. He's got a run on David Heilemann as they make their way into turn number 3 and 4. Heilemann in the Napa Auto Parts, Casey Kane Racing Sim Team, the 49 on that car. Mitchell G works to the outside, comes down the racetrack after contact with the ball. The slide of the cushion into turns 3 and 4. Give David Heilemann back the top spot by a couple of car lengths down the back straight away as Heilemann. Go back and have a look at Darren Lord in the 015 car, back there in position number 3. It's Bainton in the 11 car, a little bit out of shape out of turn number 2 on the previous lap. Get it together, a couple of laps to go. Meanwhile, back out in front, Heilemann has gone to the top side of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. He will do the same into turn number 1 and 2 as the white flag is upon us. Final lap for heat race number 1, just the 4 heat races here this evening. In the Dirt Leagues Australia 410 win the Sprint Car Tour. David Heilemann with the win, Mitchell G second, third Darren Lord, fourth is going to be Petteri Kodavara, Lance Bainton in 5th, 6th is going to be Jacob Petto, Jackson Callow, Luke Redpath, Jackson Callow, Jake Condren and Zach Phelan, the final finisher. Let's take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for heat race number 2. On pole for heat race number 2 in car number 9, Joel Berkeley on his outside. Car 5 of James Rice at a position number 2. At a position number 3, car number 78, John Schultz. At a position 4, car number 94 of Scott Butler. At a position 5, the 68, the Colonel, Brad Sanders. At a position 6, the 42 of Jai McKenzie. Darren Palmer lines up alongside Harry Stewart with Chris Ansell making up the 9-car field for heat race number 2. Now, I was told that the Colonel has something on the back of that wing. The top of that wing. We'll see if we can catch a piece of that. And yep, Berkeley and Rice The front row, here we go, green flag is out, 10 laps the distance. Scott Butler trying to get a good run on the outside, but the 42 car of Jai McKenzie going to move up and take that spot away. Berkeley gets to the top, Rice gets to the top as well. John Schultz going to move into position 2, puts Ricey back to position 3. See if James Rice can get that spot back down the back straight away. He's into the wall. And move the Colonel, Brad Sanders. Love me a good bit of KFC. Tell you what, I can really see a partnership forming between Brad Sanders and Matt McCutcheon. Put 2 and 2 together. You've got the Colonel that'll be able to supply those chicken legs to McCutcheon. Meanwhile, how about John Schultz on the inside of Joel Berkeley? Berkeley now gets up on the wheel and decides to rail it around the outside of the racetrack and starts to put some distance between himself and second place driver. That's a 78 of John Schultz. Brad Sanders back there in position 3. James Rice sits 1 spot out of a transfer again, just like he did in the midgets. Receiving a transfer. Not sure why we're dropping frames. We just did a restart as well, so anyhow, we'll keep at it. Apologise about that. The 94 of Scott Butler in position 5. Then we go back to Darren Parmiter in the 96. He's going to get put up to position 5. Butler made a mistake through 3 and 4. Berkeley's gone. I think I may have lit a spark up under Berkeley. I told him that he wasn't going to win. I picked Heilemann to win this feature event. We'll see if Berkeley proves me wrong. Stephen Wesley, thank you very much for the like. We appreciate it. As we continue to watch Berkeley just put an absolute stomping on this field as he's making himself look a little bit silly out of turn number 1 and 2 there. Next out of 2, he dove it in low and he spun the car out. He gets the white flag. He's still got about daylight between himself and John Schultz anyway, but for the final time into turn number 3, out of turn 4, checkered flag is out. Berkeley gets the win. Second, going to go to John Schultz. Third, going to be the Colonel Sanders, Brad Sanders, James Rice. Fourth, Darren Parmiter in 6th. Fifth, 6th is going to be Chris Ansell. Then you go back to Scott Butler, Jai McKenzie, and Harry Stewart. Dylan, thank you very much for the like as well. Appreciate it. We move on to heat race number 3 as we thank Scott Darlington, who has also liked the stream. Oh, the likes keep coming. Josh Love, thank you very much. Heat race number 3, Trent Vardy and Danny Vassell in row number 1. Row number 2 going to be Trent Gosley and Brady Baldwin. Row 3 going to be Lockie Dalton and Troy DeBono. Row 4 going to be Dylan and Ryan Stacey. Row 5 going to be Boyd Bowden and Bailey Barnacote. 10 cars for heat race number 3. Again, we apologise about the drop in frame rates. Sure, we'll put this on Xbox One. We'll put it on the iPhone as well. Nicholas, or Kiara first, is now following. Thank you very much, Nicholas. Thank you very much for the like on the video. The Colonel. Track's not that slick. Nicholas, well, thank you very much for the like on the stream. Heat number 3. Here from the Limaland Motorsports Park. Austin McDonald, thank you very much for the like. Appreciate it. Green flag is out. Trent Vardy, Danny Vassell lead the field into turn number 1 and 2. Brady Baldwin right through the middle. Vardy going to lead down the back straightaway into 3 and 4 for the first time in heat race number 3. Trent Goldie now moves back to position 3 as we complete lap number 1. Bailey Mason, thank you very much for the like. Carter Stark, thank you very much for the like as well. You watch Trent Vardy, your race leader from Danny Vassell. Trent Gosley, your top 3. And you go back to a good 3-car battle Right now fighting out for 4th, 5th and 6th. Lance Hall, thank you very much as well. The 17 car going to move up. That's Troy DeBona up on the inside of the 21 car. Lockie Dalton going to get shuffled back to position 7. Oh, look out. Who was that? Oh, that's Bailey Barnacote there in the 34 coming at us. Like a flying race car. Nothing like a good flying race car to come at your camera. Kiara, thank you very much for the like. Appreciate it. If you want to get your name up on the stream, hit the like on the video, hit the follow on our page. As Gosley going to slide Vassal into turn number 3. Now to turn 4, Gosley got the car real sideways and it sort of snapped off. As he got it back, he snapped it on. Adam, thank you very much for the like. Appreciate it. Battle on for 2nd and 3rd right now. Gosley around the outside on Vassal one more time into turn number 1 and 2. Notifications keep coming. Lockie, thank you very much, brother. Vassal falling back to P3, P4 is the 17 car, Troy DeBona. Then you go back to Dylan Stacey in the 16 car back here in position 5. So a B-main transfer spot at the moment for the 16 car of Dylan Stacey. We can just hang on. Notifications coming outside the rear end of the stream. Daniel Becker, thank you very much. Vardy will get the white flag for the first and only time here in tonight's heat number 3. He makes his way into turn number 3, now to turn number 4. He's jumping the cushion, he's into the wall. He's got a fair bit of time and he will get the win. Steve Lawson, thank you very much for the like, along with David as well. Trent Vardy, Trent Gosley, Danny Vassal, Troy DeBono. Your top 4. David Douglas, thank you very much as well. Love the notifications rolling through, guys. We'll get through them in just a moment. Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for the 4th and final heat of the night. Mason Hannigan, welcome, brother. Welcome. It's 8 AM over in America. Heat race number 4. Car number 3, Lewis Hewitt, alongside the 37 of Rob Bowden on the front row. Row number 2 inside, the 8 of Nathan Clark. On the outside, the 81 of Joshua Walton. At a position 5, the 33, Carl Hoffman's. At a position 6, it's the Flamin' Galar. It's Luke Muir in the 555. Clay Seaborn, car 32, starts position 7. Vince Romeo in the 1 car will start position number 8, with Caden Brown in car number 35, starting position number 9. Kiara, you're not the only one that loves Speedway. Adam, check out iRacing.com. You need somewhat of a decent computer if you've got a decent computer. Check out SimWorks Performance if you've got a computer already. Steering wheel and pedals, certainly the number 1 option to go with. You need a subscription to iRacing. Green flag is out. I'll come back to that. Remind me to come back to that after this heat race. Hewitt leads down the back straight away. Clark, then you go back to Rob Bowden. Also in there as well, Joshua Walton. Carl Hoffman's in the 3 car. And then don't cut out the Flamin' Galar of Luke Muir. Clark going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. Luke Muir now into position 3. They go 3 wide through turn number 3 and 4. And here comes Caden Brown on the Simmons Seal contract, car number 35. Uh-oh, Bowden in the 37 car. Started 2nd, fell back to position 6. There's Caden Brown on the 35 in the black and the blue. 35, he sits in position number 5 at the moment. He done this in the midgets. He went from the back to the front. Let's see if he can continue this good run in this heat race. Brown now looking to get around the outside of the number 33 car. It's the 3 car on the side of that car. That is Carl Hoffman's. Brown with a slide job. No. Hoffman's drives back around the outside of the 35 of Caden Brown. Hewitt gone by a country mile over Joshua Walton. Hoffman's in third. Top three straight to the main event. Everybody else through your B and C main. Oh, that hurt. Hoffman's and Brown. Here goes Hoffman with a big slider on Joshua Walton. And Brown, he's going to take a full advantage of a big slider off from Carl Hoffman's. And he's going to turn it back underneath him now as Brown. Now going to move into position 3. Hoffman, the last lap, he has been all over the racetrack. Charlie, can't eat your heart out. Clark on the inside. Hoffman shut the door. And we've seen that happen. Sure, Clark may have a penalty now just because of entering the pits. But you're going to see Lewis Hewitt get the white flag. We're watching the 81 of Joshua Walton. And Caden Brown, I hope, has got enough fuel in that car. Hewitt going to get the win from Walton in second. Third is going to be Caden Brown. Fourth going to go to Luke Muir. Rob Bowden. Fifth, Vince Romeo. We go back to Clay Seaborn. In fact, Nathan Clark, Carl Hoffman's, Clay Seaborn there as well. The overlay ticker doing some weird and wonderful things. Let's go back to Adam. It's it's a subscription service, so you pay a certain amount a month, or every 3 months, every 6 months. If you haven't got it, for new customers only, message Black Diamond Motorsports on Facebook. And the guys over there can get you a free 3-month subscription to iRacing. Again, that's Black Diamond Motorsports. Of course, a wonderful sponsor here at Ultimate Dirt TV. And speaking of Black Diamond Motorsports, let's take a look at the Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Top 6 going to move on from this C main. 12 laps of distance. Scott Butler and Brady Baldwin in row number 1. Row number 2 going to be Clay Seaborn and Jackson Callow. Row 3 going to be John McKenzie and Boyd Bowden. Row 4 going to be Nathan Clark and Jake Condren. Row 5 going to be Harry Stewart, Bailey Barnacote. Row 6 Carl Hoffmans and Zachary Phelan. Row 7 Mark Horton and Ryan Stacey. We can tell you 5 cars, Condren, Stewart, Barnacote, Horton and Ryan Stacey, did not make the call. Kiara beat Archerfield once. That was for the Australian title earlier this year. It's a good track, but let's be honest, Valvoline Raceway is so much better. But that's my opinion. Your C main cars on track. 9 cars in total. 6 going to advance. Did I change the Twitch thing? I did. That's all I care about. David, we've just seen 4 heat races. We are now seeing your C main as they went 4 wide. Brady Baldwin caught in the thick of that one, the 14 car. Boyd Bowden. Yeah, wasn't a too bad of a show. Got a bit first time up at Archerfield and thoroughly enjoyed myself. 12 laps the distance in this C main. Top 6 advancing. Butler on the low side. Callow on the outside. There goes Nathan Clark into position 3. Uh-oh. Now you're in trouble when Shane Evans has just joined the stream. Look out, boys. 4th, here's the 32 car, Clay Seaborn, Zach Phelan in 5th. 6th is going to be the 3 car of Carl Hoffmans. I do not know Darren Jensen. Not personally. Now he drives a midget. I believe it's the black number 3 midget. So Scott Butler may move back to position 3. Jackson Callow back to position 2, and your leader is Nathan Clark. Trying to get a commentary gig at Valvoline Raceway. Well, that's probably one of the hardest things you can do. You've really got to know some people to get in there. That's how some people have kept their job for so long. Nathan Clark in the 8 machine continues to lead. Lap number 8 is complete with 4 to run. In fact, a couple of weeks' time, or a week or 2 weeks' time, I'm not sure when it is actually. It might even be this weekend. We're on Race Spot TV with Benny Bishop calling the Knoxville Nationals. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Look at Jackson Callow work on the outside of the speedway in turns number 1 and 2. Not afraid to put the right rear up on the cushion, just centimetres away from that wall. We'll do the same in 3 and 4 over the cushion. And the turn is a lot different in 3 and 4 than what it is in turn number 1 and 2. 1 and 2 a lot tighter. 3 and 4, you don't have an opening on the exit of turn number 2 to contend with. And finish at the line. Callow, I think, got him. I think Callow snuck that in. Clark by 5/1000ths of a second. Holy cow. I seen a finish last week in the Schaefer's Oil Touring Modified Series from Team VLR that was won by 6/1000ths of a second. Now we've just had 1/1000th of a second better. Your B-main on track right now. Let's take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. "15 laps the distance, 19 cars. Top 8 going to move through Petteri Codavara and James Rice in row number 1. Troy DeBono and Luke Muir in row 2. Row number 3 going to be Lance Bainton and Darren Parmenter. Row 4 going to be Dylan Stacey and Rob Bowden. Row 5 going to be Jacob Penno, Chris Ansell. Row 6, Lockie Dalton and Vince Romeo. Row 7, Luke Redpath and Nathan Clark. Row 8, Jackson Callow and Scott Butler, Clay Seaborn, Zach Phelan in row number 9. And row 10 by himself in car number 3, Carl Hoffmans. Yes, the top side was certainly the place to be. But let me tell you, come feature event time, it is going to be on for young and old. And now I'm going to share a video to the page. Please go and watch this video. Right, I just shared a video. After this one, please go ahead, do me a favor and watch it. Berkeley, if you're watching, no. You're too scared to win from the back anyway. Just take the challenge. I'll tell you what, you take the challenge and David Heilemann takes the challenge and we'll be good. Alright, green flag is out in your B main. Top 8 going to make it through 15 laps the distance. Codavara got a good jump over Troy DeBono. James Rice working the outside of the speedway. In turn number 1 and 2 will go back upstairs into turn number 3 and 4. And well, it feels like one of not many SSR drivers that have been hitting the racetrack lately. Rice is certainly flying the SSR flag high and mighty in the skies. He looks to make it 3 wide on the exit of turn number 4. He cannot get the job done just yet, but no doubt the number 5 machine. He's certainly going to do his darndest to put this thing in the show. DeBono is the 17, the gold, or the yellow and green, black number 17. Codavara on the inside in the 38 and the yellow and blue machine. And James Rice, the 5 in the black and blue. Just went around the outside of both of them. He picks up the race lead. And here comes Nathan Clark in 5 completed laps. Nathan Clark started position 14 and he is up to position 4. Thank you, Jared. Thank you very much for the follow, brother. Appreciate it. Good run in the midgets. Good luck in the sprints if you're in here. Nathan Clark from 14th. He has got third on the exit of turn 2. He's in fact got second. And now he sets his eyes side of the back of the number 5 machine. That's Nathan Clark into second from position 14. What an absolute drive. Third is Troy DeBono. Then you go back to Kodavara. Luke Muir in the 55 in 5th. Scott Butler in 6th. 7th is Darren Parmenter in the 96. The 48 car that holds down the 8th and final transfer spot. 3 wide Jackson Callow working the outside of the racetrack in the 32 car of Clay Seaborn now. Seaborn moves into position 7. Callow into position 8. Put the 48 of Jacob Petto back to position number 9. Holy smokes, it is just working all over the joint right now. Look at this, there's like 8 or 9 cars here. Maybe 7, now you throw in another 2, so 7, yeah, we're good. Look at the 37, well he's actually a lap down. And he's actually doing not a bad job to stay with these guys as well. There goes Kodavara chopping Bowden down. And that's Kodavara's own fault. There was no need to pull that move. And, well, we now look at 1 lap to go. Take your guess on who's going to win this one. It's the 5 of James Rice. Can he hang on? Luke Muir. Last ditch effort, not going to happen. James Rice, Luke Muir, Scott Butler in 3rd. Darren Parmenter 4th. Jackson Callow, Troy DeBono, Jacob Petto and Lance Bainton. And would you believe Kodavara in 9th. Nathan Clark going to miss out. In fact, that's going to move Carl Hoffman's into position 10. So Clark had some unfortunate luck, but well done to Mr. James Rice in getting the win in your B main. We'll have a 1 minute break. Got some questions? Feel free to throw them down in the chat. We've got about a minute before we get this show underway. Who wants to see Berkeley and Heilemann do the back row challenge? Let's do it. Let's ask them. Let's ask them. We're going to drag them both into the chat. You boys start 1 and 2. I'll give one of you $10 to win if you both take the back row challenge.
Heck yeah.
Mr. Heilemann?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right. I'll drag you back down. Good luck. Oh, there we have it. Joel Berkeley, David Heilemann will start position 19 and 20. If one of them win, they will earn themselves $10. Favourite speedway? Valvoline Raceway easily. Hands down. Not even a competition. Well, we take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for tonight's 50-lap main event. You want to see these guys put on a show? You're about to witness what could be one of the greatest races of all time. David Heilemann and Joel Berkeley, they will not start position number 1. They will start 19 and 20. Therefore, Trent Vardy and Lewis Hewitt in row number 1. Row 2. We'll go back to Mitchell G and John Schultz, and we go back to Trent Gosley, Joshua Walton. Darren Lord, Bradley Sanders in row 4. Row 5 going to be Danny Vassell and Caden Brown. Row 6 going to be James Rice, Luke Muir. Row 7, Scott Butler, Darren Parmenter. Row 8, Troy DeBono, Jackson Callow. Row 9, Jacob Petto and Lance Bainton. And row number 10, out of 19 and position number 20, David Heilemann and Joel Berkeley. One of those drivers win, they will pocket themselves an extra $10. But they've got to get from the front to the back. They've got 50 laps. There's a lot of good cars in front of them. But no doubt, they are going to get An absolute workout over this next 50 laps. Mitch, welcome back into the stream, brother. It's been a while since we've seen you here in the chat. Let's get after it. Trent Vardy, Lewis Hewitt, 50 on the board. Limaland Motorsports Park, the Dirt Leagues Australia 410 winged sprint car tour is green. Well, there was a little contact. I'm not sure who that was that went into turn number 1 and 2, hot and heavy. Hey, Justin Cross, thank you very much for the like on the stream. We appreciate it. The yellow flag flies. Joshua Walton. And we just found our culprit that decided to 3 wide on the start. Certainly out of place, and then got into the right rear of John Schultz. And there was the 81. Yes, Andre. Yes, we were quite aware of the situation there. Brady, thank you very much for the like. Dave missing. I guess you're not missing the stream. You hit the like button. You might have heard that pun before, but certainly wasn't going to miss it. I wasn't missing out on that one. Green flag back underway here. Lewis Hewitt from Trent Vardy, Mitchell G third. You go back to Trent Gosley and the Colonel Bradley Sanders. Make up your top 5, and this could get very interesting, especially for Berkeley and Harleman. What they've got to do, they know what to do. I'm not even going to tell you what they need to do, because they're certainly some experienced campaigners right now. Hey Tank, thank you very much for the like on the stream. As you continue to watch Sanders work the outside into number 3 and 4 on Trent Gosley. Just in front of them is Mitchell G. Michael Freetag, thank you very much as well. Schultz on the outside on Trent Gosley. Just behind here as we continue to watch 68 of Brad Sanders, the Colonel, working the inside of the racetrack. Andre, thank you very much as well, along with Ty Gould. Let's take a look and see how far these drivers have made their way through the field. Berkeley up to position 11th as he puts a slider on the 96 of Darren Palmer. In fact, Berkeley back to position 12. 13th is David Harleman. So we'll keep these guys going throughout the field. Oh, Butler a little sideways through the center of 3 and 4. Back down to the low side. We continue to watch. We watch forward as we watch a lot of the drivers working the outside on the racetrack. Craig Gaspar, thank you very much for the follow. Trent Miller, thank you very much for the like. We appreciate it. Jeez, they are just coming in thick and fast, boys. Hewitt, your race leader from Vardy. Mitchell G in 3rd. Brad Sanders in 4th. 5th is Trent Gosley. John Schultz, Luke Muir, James Rice, Joel Berkeley, and David Harleman. As here comes a near 3 wide battle. James Rice not going to give this one up without a fight, let me tell you. I'll give you the red hot tip. Harleman works inside on Berkeley. Berkeley works the outside of the racetrack. Both these drivers were here just a couple of days ago for the World of Outlaws Pro World Championships. Berkeley got 3rd in this one, I believe, just a couple of nights ago. Second or 3rd. He's not a bad start to the season, along with Mr. Harleman himself. Muir now going to get gobbled up inside, outside, nearly 4 wide right now. Muir a little sideways, he hangs on to it. As we continue to watch Berkeley and Harleman, they're up to position 8th and 9th. Almost what needs to happen for those guys right now. Would a yellow would be absolutely perfect right now, but I'll tell you who doesn't want it. He's your race leader, the number 3 car, Lewis Hewitt. He was here a couple of days ago in the World Championships as well, I believe. From memory, I think I've read the results that he got a 10th place finish. So we've got some pro drivers competing here tonight. Of course, Limaland Motorsports Park, the place to be right now. Trent Vardy having a tough time getting by Jacob Penno and Jackson Keller. He gives a bit of a nudge to Penno. Do you know I know everything. Sanders sits in position 3. Mitchell G in position number 4. 5th is going to be Trent Vardy. Then you go back to John Schultz, David Heilemann, Joel Berkeley, James Rice. Look at these 5 cars right now, all fighting it out for positions 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. As Rice works the outside by Berkeley again. Just had to check up a bit. Schultz a little loose. Oh, Heilemann and Berkeley. Berkeley got to the left rear of Heilemann. Thankfully, we're only 22 laps in, so there's still plenty of time to get going and get those machines moving forward, as they both, or one of them, will look to claim a $10 start from the back. I know who Luke Oldfield is, yes. Oh, yellow, yellow, yellow. Berkeley involved? Holy smokes. Yes, I know who Luke Oldfield is. Brock Webster, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Jacob Penno in the 48 car was around. Berkeley nowhere to go on that exchange. And Luke Muir, hats off, done well not to go upside down then. So lights out on the top of the iRacing.com official pace truck. We'll have 27 complete when we go back to green this time by. Oldford, yeah, he's a weapon. I mean that in a good way too. Billy Hammond is thank you very much for the follow, appreciate it. Welcome in as we go back to green flag action. Vardy all over the back of Hewitt into turn number 1, now to turn number 2. He's got himself a little bit of breathing room, but not a whole lot as Hewitt works 3/4 through the way up the racetrack into turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Vardy continues to work the outside of the racetrack. Mitchell G moves, well, he's now solid in that 3rd spot. Then you go back to Brad Sanders and Trent Gosley back here in positions 4 and 5. And then not far behind is the number 45, number 49, the Upper Auto Parts entry. That's David Heilemann, John Schultz working to get by the number 4 car of Trent Gosley. They go 3 wide. Heilemann down on the bottom side. Gosley through the middle. And John Schultz up top. Berkeley's gone back to position 9. In fact, just behind James Rice. In fact, just behind the 17 car. No, the 17 car scored a lap down. Troy DeBono definitely scored a lap down. Sanders looks to protect that bottom side of the racetrack. Trent Vardy just falling off just a little bit right now. Vardy looks to come back onto the bottom side into turn number 3 and 4. Heilemann now moves to position number 3. Mitchell G holding on to position 2 for the time being. Heilemann puts a big slider into turn number 3. G comes backing him up on the inside. G through the middle. Will he slide up to the cushion? Yes, he does. Brad Sanders as well making a run on by the 49 car. They almost go 3 wide in turns number 3 and 4. 36 complete with 14 to run. Lewis Hewitt out in front by a good solid margin. Here goes Mitchell G down to the inside. Will he pull the slider? Yes, he does. It had to be a precision perfect slider because it was one of 2 things going to happen. Either Darren Lord was going to get busted or David Heilemann could have gotten taken out. But a great move by Mitchell G there in the end to split the 2. Sanders back here in position 4th, and you go back to Trent Vardy in 5th. Vardy looking on the outside of Sanders now, side by side down the back straight away. Sanders through the middle of the racetrack. Vardy rails the cushion. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Harleman's going to catch Hewitt. Hewitt's going to move over for him. I'll call this one 10 laps to go. Let's see how close I am. Kalau looking to go a second lap down here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. There's the mistake from Hewitt. We watch Harleman in the 49 car in the Napa Auto Parts start position number 19, has made his way to position second, and with just 8 laps to run, can he catch up to the 3 machine of Lewis Hewitt, who is out in front? Jackson Keller now again. He went down to the bottom side into turn number 3. Harleman gets on by him. Quick disposal of the 46, of course. Kalau got a front wing missing, that car not performing to its abilities. 5 laps to go for your leader, Lewis Hewitt. And the yellow flag is out. And that was Trent Gosley. But now we are going to be set for a 1-lap shootout. Well, let's call it right now. Harleman puts a slider on Hewitt. Hewitt will turn underneath him. He won't go full throttle. Harleman gets the win. And we sit with 4 remain at the moment. The drivers should be on 2 to green at this time by, unless the lights turn off on the iRacing.com pace truck, which they do. So in fact, we have a green-white checker incoming. It'll be a $5 each for Hewitt to let Harleman win. Here we go. Green flag is out. 2 laps. Hewitt, Harleman both go to the top into turn number 1 and 2. Berkeley's down on the bottom side as well. Harleman's got the run on the inside. Berkeley now also making a move. Harleman to the race lead. But here comes Hewitt back up on his inside. Slide job by Hewitt. Berkeley and Harleman, they come together. Not one of them is going to win the $10. And Lewis Hewitt through turn number 3 and 4. He will get the checkered flag. Hewitt goes to victory lane. We take a look at your JR Productions and Media finishing results. Lewis Hewitt goes to victory lane here at Limaland. He gets the job done. Mitchell G home in second. Brad Sanders third. John Schultz fourth. Trent Gosley rounds out your top 5. Darren Palmerton in 6th. 7th, James Rice. David Harleman 8th. Luke Muir 9th. And Joel Berkeley rounds out your top 10. 11th, Trent Vardy. Troy DeBono. Lance Bainton. Jackson Kalau. Darren Lord, your top 15. Jacob Penno. Danny Vassell. Scott Butler. Caden Brown. And Joshua Walton. We go trackside in just a moment. And hopefully get to chat with our top 3. And we will, and in a dominating display here tonight in car number 3, Lewis Hewitt getting the job done. Lewis, congratulations on the win. It was all too easy, except those final 2 laps. You really had to work for it.
Yeah, the EOLs definitely made it a lot easier tonight than it was going to be, so... thanks to Joel with the Down Under Graphics challenge there. But yeah, last 2 laps, or last lap or 2, I thought David for sure was going to get me. I was worrying a bit there, but I'm not quite sure what happened on the bottom with him. Maybe hit the tyres, but yeah.
I tell you, there was actually contact with himself and Berkeley was the reason why that he wasn't there towards the end of that final half a lap.
Team orders there to let me win, I guess.
So I thought there might have been other team orders for Harleman, for you to let Harleman win and you split a $10 paycheck. Not that it's much, but...
Oh, that would have, yeah, big payday.
I mean, that could have almost bought you a SimWorks race simulator, right?
Possibly, yeah. We've got a good sponsorship going with them.
Exactly. Hey, congratulations on the win. We'll let you get out of here. Sponsor shout-outs again. Who makes it all happen for you?
Yeah, thanks TTL Esports as always. Our supporters, Simworks obviously, Down on the Graphics, Tie Designs, and thanks to Zach and Dirt Leagues for running the league for us. It's good to have something to race.
All right, there we go. Lewis Hewitt there, home in first place tonight. Home in second place tonight in Caliber 03. It's going to be Mitchell G. Mitch, congratulations on a second place run here tonight. Talk about how you're feeling at the moment.
Oh yeah, stoked with the night. I think sometimes I know a lot of people don't like the slick tracks, but I definitely think it produced some really good racing tonight. And I thought I saw the 49 come past, and I saw Joel coming, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to battle for a top 5 here. But obviously, yeah, something happened with them on the white flag, one to go, and I was lucky enough to get around the outside in 3 and 4 and come away with a second. Lewis was a league of his own, and my teammate Trent Vardy, we were kind of talking to one another, working out where each one of us was stronger than the other. And he took the sacrifice and saw that I had a little bit more pace towards the end there, so he went to the bottom and let me have a go at Lewis. But unfortunately, he's just he was all by himself out in front.
Track was very slick. Cushion was very treacherous to run. I mean, where did you find the speed in this racetrack, and where did you find the speed in the car to be consistently up towards the front of this field? Because it looked like it was a very tricky track.
Yeah, exactly right. And I was just talking to Bradley down below, and as I was saying, I get so nervous on iRacing, and like more than real life. And this is a slick track. So I think I was just trying to run up a little bit higher, and not once did I go to a quarter throttle just so I could get the exit straight. But I felt comfortable. I wasn't very consistent, and obviously I think that's where Lewis was better than us, just because he could hit the same mark and do the same time every lap. But huge thanks to my whole team. We worked out a setup and practiced together and worked on it during the heats, and it's developed in a podium position for us.
Right, well, you come away with a second place run here at Limaland. Congratulations. What do you think of those sponsors that need to be thanked, and give some shout outs while we've got you here as well.
No worries, thanks, Brett. I just wanted to thank Indy Parts Racing and all the team on board, and big thanks to Trent. As I said, he took one for the team and let me buy, and unfortunately he had a spin, but we'll come back, and the Indy Parts Racing team is definitely coming back.
All right, there we go. Mitchell G, home in second place. Well, we're going to chat with the Colonel. No, we're not going to be talking about KFC. We're going to talk to Bradley Sanders. Brad Sanders, congratulations. Third place run here tonight at Limaland. Talk about how you're feeling at the moment.
Pretty good, mate. First podium, so yeah, feeling good.
It's coming to a track like Limaland, very slick from top to bottom. A lot of heavy hitters in the field. You really had your work cut out for you in the number 68 machine, but you had to be there at the end. That's exactly where you were, and I'll talk about how you're able to hang on to a third place here tonight.
I struggled throughout most of the race, mate. I was sort of get a good couple of laps underneath me and starting to use a bit too much throttle, so I sort of started lifting the foot a little bit, and it started working for me and driving the car a little bit more than I usually do, so it seemed to work, which is a good thing.
Well, you were scheduled to start out of 10th, of course. I kind of twisted the arm with Joel Berkeley and David Heilemann, who were scheduled to start on the front row to take a back row challenge. Put you out of 8th then. Did you have an expectation going into the feature event on where you wanted to finish?
Well, at the start of the night, I wasn't feeling too confident at all. I said to the other boys that, I'm not feeling lucky at all tonight, so it wasn't really my favourite track, so I was real happy to get where I was. It was, hard fought.
Yeah, certainly was hard fought. You come over the third place run. I believe your first podium in a sprint car here in Dirt Leagues Australia, so congratulations on that one. But before we let you get out of here, sponsor shout-outs, who makes all the good stuff happen for you, buddy?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Trackstar Racewear, Wiley Constructions, and Team Down Under Thunder. And you, Brett, for hosting it. And, yeah.
All right, well done, Colonel, on a third place run here tonight.
Thanks very much, mate.
There we go, Bradley Sanders there, home in third place here tonight. His best performance of the season so far. Congratulations to Lewis Hewitt, Mitchell G, and Brad Sanders. Your podium here tonight. John Schultz and Trent Gosley make up your top 5, but it was all Lewis Hewitt. So a dominating display. Hello, Jason from North Carolina. Unfortunately, you're just catching the end of the stream, but not to be. We've still got plenty of racing on Ultimate Dirt TV over the next week. Kiara, thank you very much for stopping by. Marco, thank you very much for the like on the video, and thank you everybody else that has liked the video, followed Ultimate Dirt TV. The support is much appreciated. To our YouTube and Twitch viewers, thank you very much for tuning in. Jim, love your work. Good job today in the UMP Modifieds. It was a phenomenal race, and please, I just shared a video on the Ultimate Dirt TV page from Cody Batten. Please go watch that. National Oval Racing Association Modified finish. The last 8 to 10 laps was absolutely insane. But for tonight, on behalf of the team, we want to thank Dirt Leagues Australia. We want to thank our sponsors, Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder Racing League, Dirt Leagues Australia, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. On behalf of the entire team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, this is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We will see you next time.